welcome to the Clutch Buckets Podcast. My name is Josh Tyson.
And I'm Kyle Spence.
Their profession, our passion, your court. Check ball to you, Kyle. Let's get
What's up,
back
Tyson?
to it, my boy.
Yeah, look, I think that we should give ourselves a little kudos because we're back
Come on
before,
with it.
December. So,
I'm with it. I'm with it. We're
virtual
doing
high
something.
five, boom.
Yes,
We
all
did
day.
something there.
Standing
We did
ovation
something.
at the end. Yes.
And now, of course, we'd like to welcome back our viewers as well. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for
Appreciate that.
rocking with us for this time. This is considered season 3 of the Clutch Buckets podcast as we talk about games around the league, NBA specifically. I don't really do anything else. And so we're going to start off, Tyson, with some stuff that's been going on today. Recently, your boy got fired. Shout out to Nico Harrison. Nico Harrison was the former GM of the Dallas Mavericks for over 4 years. They had a record of 182 to 157 in his 4-year tenure. The Dallas
Winning
Mavericks
record.
even made it to the NBA Finals. They lost to the champs, of course, the Boston Celtics in 2024.
Speaking.
And it was a beautiful time. But now they have parted ways, Tyson. They see that
So,
it's just irreconcilable differences. What do you see here?
so are you saying initially, Cal, that it was the Celtics who broke them up?
We
Who
broke them up. Like how when
it was
LeBron
y'all
had to
fault,
go south to
right?
Miami, it's kind of those type of things. We just break up happy homes, yo. Just saying.
That's dope, man. But it's tough though, man, because like you said, Nico was the one who made that team what it was to get to the finals, Dallas team. But now the wild part is, man, everybody knows there's no way he could have made that Luka trade without the ownership. It was the ownership who did it. So at the end of the day, I hate the fact that he was a fall guy. He was a scapegoat. You know what I mean? So
Ooh, so you feel
yes,
like he really was the fall guy.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
Because there's no way he
Interesting.
just makes that decision. He can't do that without ownership
Hmm.
all day. So
Okay.
yeah, man.
So do you think he will ever get into any type of GM ownership position going forward?
I because of what he did previously, I think so. I think it
Okay.
might be a little while. Of course,
Uh-huh.
these are going to have to settle down for a little bit, and then he's just going to slip into, a role with you know, not even a mid market, low market team like Charlotte or the
It's always gonna be
Wizards or
Charlotte.
somebody. Right, right. So, it ain't gonna be no big wig team. I can tell you that.
I will say that I have heard some rumors with regard to what he did or what he was trying to do. One of them being forcing Anthony Davis back to play before time, where the doctors were saying no, if he comes back, he's very much primed to rupture his Achilles after having a
Yeah,
leg strain earlier in the season. So people are saying that he doesn't seem to have the best interests of the players at heart. And of course, the most like damning of information was when they traded Luka to the Lakers, and then
yeah,
what they got in return can't stay on the floor. So I can
yeah.
see where
The
people are like,
frustration.
right,
Yeah,
and the frustration might spill over to where if he's trying to look for another job, money aside, they'll look at his tenure and say, well, you seem to have been making erratic decisions later down into your profession. I don't know if we want to really rock with someone like that. So it's interesting.
it is, dog. But there's no way, like, there's no way I'm making a decision, a historic decision, like trading
Mm.
Luca and not having a backup plan. Like, I
Okay.
can't wait to hear. I can't wait to see what he does next because there's he knew what the feedback was going to be. He knew this was going to have devastating effects, especially initially. And you always got to have a backup plan to that before you even make a decision. So I think seeing that, I can't wait to see like the 30 for 30 over this, man. Like there was a lot more I think that went into this than meets the eye. So
He's definitely gonna drop a book. And I
yeah.
expect that book to be good. And most
Hopefully
people
he
won't
didn't
read the book, but they're gonna
yeah.
take snippets out of the book.
Hopefully he didn't sign one of them non-disclosures agreements. I don't
He
know.
probably did.
He probably did though.
Most likely, that organization is not trying to look ugly out here because the
Nah,
way that that thing went down was out of this world.
out of pocket.
And the
And
thing is, with regard to that too, we talked about it, touched on it last week, not last week, the last episode, very briefly, where the involvement of LeBron James was
mm,
actually prominent. And but he appeared to be shocked by it all. And I think
mm.
that was one of the rifts that Russell Westbrook didn't like about LeBron James, where he felt as though he was just far more insincere than people know
No,
how
I think
insincere he was.
yeah. So LeBron is one of the worst actors out there in public. I mean, in terms of like
That's true.
His TV
That's
roles and
true.
everything. But he is one of
I
the best
did like
actors.
Trainwreck though. I'm not
Right.
gonna lie. Trainwreck with I can't remember the gentleman's name. It was funny. He was terrible, but it was funny.
Yeah, but he's terrible when he has to play a role.
Hmm.
But we know this is a genuine role when he acts like he don't be knowing. That's when he's his best. That's when he's his best actor, when he
Yes.
acts like he don't know something that he do know. So that's the only
Yes.
time that dude, can play a role. So hey,
You
it is
know,
what it is, man. It's tough. I can't stand how the owner basically absolved himself. Like he didn't know or he wasn't part of the decision making. Did you see the owner, man, when he was talking about the firing of Nico?
no, I didn't. I
Uh,
haven't seen that. What happened there? He was like, this
I
had
mean,
nothing to do with me.
now he didn't say it in so many words, but he was trying to reassure everybody, like, basically, I don't know. We might have to play it doing this, man. We might have to play it doing this because
If they don't
I couldn't.
strike our content, yes, I definitely would love to post that in here because I'm interested in hearing
Yeah,
about
it
that.
was it was wow, man. He completely absolved himself from the situation,
Okay.
basically. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it
Well,
sounded like. But
it's the
yeah,
name of the game. People, that's the name of the game. That's
yeah,
business. Everything there. What isn't business, however, unfortunately, we got to switch gears. Really hard pivot to Patrick Beverley, 37-year-old former NBA player. I would never call him a star or a superstar, but a defensive glue
even though
guy.
he thought he was.
Even though he thought he was unfortunately arrested early Friday. Um, Bail was set at $40,000, seemingly to have some type of family violence incident. Now, from what the lawyers have come out with justifying his interaction, but still completely denying that anything did actually transpire, is that he unfortunately seemed to have found his minor little sister
Yeah,
in alone with an 18-year-old
yeah,
man, and so the claim is seemingly some type of physical violence took place after that. Now, I'm going to share my thoughts on that. If true,
yeah,
it is what it is. Like I'm not going to condemn this person for wanting to
yeah.
protect his family,
All day, all day.
and just by the legal ramifications of having a minor with someone who is not a minor, that's
Yeah,
not
it's wild.
okay
Not at
in
all.
any shape, form, or fashion. So, if true, free that man. Uh, one of my friends said this morning, and it was hilarious. They said, but they said free him until it's backwards. So he's free. So I thought that was very funny, man. And so but he's already out. He bailed out very quickly. That's
Yeah,
chump change for him. But it just seems to be like, man, what an unfortunate time to be in this
yeah,
type of predicament, in this type of situation. So what do you thought? What are your thoughts about that, Tyson?
yeah. And I think, man, that's what we gotta watch out for, man. As fans, as people, who watch the media. Because think about it. What's your automatic assumption when you hear about that? When you hear about a black star
Yep.
or black
Hmm.
NBA player, domestic violence. First thing you think about is, oh, he beating on this
Yep.
woman, beating on
Yep.
this girl. That's an automatic assumption, man. We really got to get outside that mindset, because now, it goes to we put ourselves in that situation, what any uncle would do. I mean, you wilding. You know what I mean? We walk in, you see. your your niece who's a minor with a grown with an adult man. Anybody in that situation is wilding out. It's like, yo, wait, what? Nah,
Even
tripping.
worse, he wasn't even an uncle. That's his little sister. That ain't even
Oh, you
his
said his sister?
niece.
My
That
bad.
was his little sister,
That's wow.
Tyson.
That's even yeah. It was. That's what I'm saying, bro. You see your little sister, bro? Nah, man. Nah, man. That ain't it. That ain't.
That's not it. So again, I at first, the jokes might have started to bubble up to say we're about to let these things fly, but when it comes
So
down to it, if true, justified through
and
and
all
through.
day.
It
I
just
mean,
is. It is what it
that's a
is.
that's a blackout moment, man.
It
So
is what it
that's
is.
tough.
So either way, now we did talk about some firings that are going on around the league, and in that case, we need to now switch lanes to Willie Green.
Mm.
Pelicans Willie Green has now been recently let go by the New Orleans Pelicans after a 2-10 start, and I don't blame them. Trash, trash. I
Wait,
mean, I
yo,
don't.
but who you
To
blaming, Kyle? Who you blaming?
I
Who you blaming?
they
Are we
now he
blaming the
now
coach or are we
he's a fall
blaming the
guy.
superstar who cannot stay healthy?
Sure, he's a fall guy.
Come on, man.
But
I hate that.
it's a rite of passage, Tyson. You can't fire the player. You need the player to play something to
But you
gain
need the
something.
coach who's a good coach. I
Is
understand you
he
need to fire,
though?
so fire the GM, fire some assistant coaches. At the end of the day, you know for a certifiable fact that y'all ain't winning, y'all ain't filling in the seats, and y'all ain't making any noise because your superstar won't take care of himself the way he need to take care of himself. But you fired a coach. And I could
Ah,
imagine the coach's frustration in the league who got to go through this. Your player ain't doing right or is getting injured. Now, and hey, if they're getting injured, they get injured. But I know in this particular case, the man just ain't taking care of himself. Even after a grand, ridiculous speech before the season talking about, oh, they really believe in me, this is my time. Even though, like, yo, that's the wildest thing I've ever heard. You are the franchise player who they maxed out.
now you
Now you
realize
got
that they believe in you? Okay.
come on now. Come on
But
now.
okay, so here's the thing, Tyson. Sure, Willie Green is the fall guy, but we also have to look at his tenure there as well. His record was never a winning record. I think he was 150 wins, 190
But why?
losses.
But why, Kyle?
The why is fair, but as a coach,
What you
aren't you
supposed to
supposed
do?
to be responsible for trying to ensure that they have the right mindset of winning?
Even if they got the right mindset, you got to have the right talent to win in this league. What
Well,
talent they got rid of Ingram, they got rid of the other cats. Like, what you supposed to do with but subpar talent compared to all the rest of these cats? Like, bro, they in the West. We know how deep the West is. What they supposed to do with them, bro?
all I'm saying is you have choices. If you now, it's one thing to say that I recognize that this dude is just not going to get it. Zion Williamson, let's call him by name. He's not going to get it.
No,
He's not
not at all.
motivated to do anything.
Not at
But
all.
then, as a coach, wouldn't I go to the GM and leadership and say, look, we need to now consider our trade package to get this guy out of here. You guys want to win. I want to win. No, and so because everyone is like, no, this is a generational talent. We're not going to try and alleviate this as much as possible. We're going to try and stick and
Mhm.
ride with this dude until he gets what we need him to get. He's going to be the fall guy for that. But I feel as though he never thought about trading Zion Williamson. This is my personal theory. I'm not saying that it's true because I don't know the guy. But I feel as though he was one of those obstinate people to say that I'm going to ride with Zion no matter what.
Yeah.
And Zion is not going to get you anywhere, and you're going to be messed up because of it. And now
Yeah.
look at you. You're now out. of the league, or for a period of time. Of course, they do this song and dance where you're out for a period, then you come back as assistant and get back head coach, and you do this song and dance with every team in the NBA before you finally call it quits. Shout out to Doc Rivers. So we're gonna see these same patterns continuing to happen. But in my head, I'm like, sure, you're the fall guy, but you have to bear some responsibility. You weren't that good as a
Yeah.
coach ever. And on top of that, did you really push to say, I can see and predict that Zion has not have any intention of staying on this floor. Can we please trade him for something better? That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, this is where they are. Um, it
But
doesn't come as a surprise. Go ahead, Tyson.
what if you bring in, say, a top tier of a veteran coach?
Okay.
What's going to be different about this team, Kyle? Say you being bringing the best coach in history right now
Mhm.
to this team. What's going to change, Scott?
Zion got to go before the February deadline.
I'm just saying, man. Like that's what makes no sense. But no, I don't care who you are. You can't do anything more with this squad without your franchise play.
But you can also, you, chemotherapy is real, meaning you're trying to eradicate a cancer wherever it is in the body. So you try to fight that thing as much as possible, as best as possible, as effectively as possible.
Yeah,
Zion Williamson, I'm not going to say he's a cancer, but I'm using that analogy to say if he's spreading poor work ethic throughout that team and that
team.
locker room, and then they're feeling discouraged and they feel as though this is just simply a losing team, it just is what it's going to be, you need to cut that off.
Yeah,
Period. Just if a good coach is there, we need to find a deadline before February. That's just how I feel, and send him somewhere, anywhere. Good, I don't care. We can. The thing is, I don't. I wouldn't be surprised if Mike Brown and the New York Knicks decided to pick him up. It's just like, yeah, we could trade off a couple people, DiVincenzo, trade off some what Miles Bridges, we could trade off some whatever, and maybe a pick or two and say, yeah, we'll have him. You don't think they would go
I
for
would.
that?
Nah, I as the next organization where they are because they expect solid um players that you can rely on. And you know you can't rely on this cat. So
I
I
can't rely on Cat, and I don't think I can rely on Jalen Brunson like
you
that.
can rely on Cat and Brunson. Why can't you?
They were just injured 2 seasons ago. Hand
That's two
injury.
seasons. That's two seasons. I'm just saying
Okay.
that
Okay.
for the last two, they've been good. They've
Okay.
been straight. They showed
Okay.
their resiliency. I'm just saying
Season
that
and a half. Let's say for the
Zion
last
has
season and a
not
half.
shown 1 year,
Never.
one just one full year.
You're right.
Not even
You're
I'm
right.
not even talking 82 games. You give me 60 something games for 1 year. He can't even do
Has
that.
he played more than 50% of any games in any season?
I don't think so, bro.
Let me see. Has Zion Williamson played more than 50% of
Might have
games
been like
in?
his first year.
According to this, no.
Dang.
It doesn't look like it. It's suggesting 45% of the games he was eligible
Jeez.
for, he played.
Jeez.
So sorry to hear that. Sorry to that man. Sorry to Willie Green. Best of luck. Hope you do better in the
Yes.
future. There's nothing else we can do here but just say our condolences, because
Oh
dog, it
man.
it is what it is. You got a mess. Well, I think what I hear you saying, Tyson, is you got a jacked up hand, and now you just were dealt. The cards you were dealt. It just
He
is what it
did
is.
the best he could do with the
Okay.
cards in his hand. That's all you can do. That's all you can do.
Okay. Okay. Well, in the meantime, 32-year-old Bradley Beal has undergone season ending hip injury. He had a left hip fracture. and now he's out for the LA Clippers.
He needs to retire.
And that's what I'm hearing.
He
Do
needs
you
to
really
retire.
feel like that?
Cal, for the last 2, 3 seasons, what have you heard about Bradley Beal? When you hear
Injured,
about Bradley, injured
injured.
or not playing well at all?
Yes.
When's the last time in the last 3 years have you heard about Bradley Beal making an impact? Anything hit the game winning shot, influence a winning game. Bradley Beal came. I've never in the next day of reporting heard anybody say something positive about Bradley Beal doing something to impact any type of winning.
Yikes, man. I'm sorry to hear that because I don't dislike Bradley Beal. You know that type of way where it's like it's not like terrible, but at the same time, he has certainly struggled in the last several seasons when he was with the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah,
And no one took the Phoenix Suns seriously
nobody.
because of the factors like you got Bradley Beal on your team. He averaged 18.2 in 2023, 2024. Then he went down to 17 in
Mhm.
2024, 2025. His minutes per game was still around that 32, 33 minute
Mhm.
mark. And then, of course, in 2025, 2026 with the Los Angeles Clippers, he was only averaging 8 points a game. And that's playing 20 minutes a game.
Yeah,
So you can see that it's clear his production was extremely down. You still have some minutes, you still could have been in impact, you were down. Yeah, it might be time for him to retire, unfortunately. Um, and I'm okay
yeah.
with that. He fought the good fight, but at 32, man, like that's
I
kind
didn't
of
realize he
early.
was that young. I didn't realize he
Yeah,
was that young either. Yeah, that's
he,
why.
he I don't know. It doesn't matter, honestly, because the Los Angeles Clippers to me are just trying their best not to be last. That's all I
Yeah,
feel.
that's it.
So,
They put
and
a bunch of uh
old
halfway
heads,
retired cats. This is like
YMCA
nursing home
dudes,
veterans right here, dog. Is
straight
these are
up.
that's it's tough, man. This is that this is that squad, man. It's like in college, man. You know, you got those 7, 8 year people who stay, man. I don't know. That's tough. Like,
You
bro,
know
that
who
locker
they
room smells like nothing but Bengay
Bengay, Tiger Bomb,
and Tiger
Icy
Bomb.
Hot,
That's tough. Bro, nobody on that
and
team is playing
Jupe.
back to back. There's no back to back. They putting out their G League players on the back to back. It's tough,
Yes.
man.
Yeah. You know who they should have injected into their offense? Let's put some young blood out there in Bronny James, all right? Because
Oh, let's talk about Bronny, man. His
Bronny James is
epic,
out here
the
doing his
epic
big one.
game, man, to his start. Yeah, man. Go ahead. Go ahead, talk about it.
Let's give a little bit of a preface, everyone. We don't like the Lakers. So we're going to be unreasonably unfair to anyone on the Lakers, and no, everyone can
Yeah.
get it. So
Yes. But we are
unfortunately,
going to
we're gonna
give
talk.
facts. These are the facts, by the way. And we're
And
going
I'm
to
also going to I'm going to give something positive too. But factually speaking, Bronny James, the son of LeBron James, who has been playing with the Los Angeles Lakers, he had his first start with against the Milwaukee Bucks.
uh,
He played 10 minutes where he was unfortunately 0 points, 0 for 2
mhm.
shooting, but he
Yeah.
did have one rebound, he did have one assist, and he
Look at
had an
that.
incredible steal.
Yeah.
And look, the
Incredible.
Los Angeles
Did he
Lakers
do a
won.
360? Did he do a 360 dunk on that steal? On that
I don't
jump? Oh, he
remember. I
didn't
don't
because he
think he
had
did
zero
it
points.
though.
He had zero
Yeah.
points. That's right.
Maybe it was a
That's tough.
360 attempt.
Attempt
Now,
mate.
they did win. The Los Angeles Lakers won 119
Because of
to
Bronny's
95.
impact.
That's what I'm
Come
saying. The
on.
plus minus on that might be crazy. I haven't checked it yet, but it could definitely be one of his
Uh,
better
Gosh,
games.
man.
So now I do recall he did a big time alley-oop from Austin Reeves AR-15 recently. That was pretty cool. Even got his father up off the bench because that
Mm.
was like, oh man, that's really dope. Now his plus or minus was it was a -6, but that's okay. That's okay. He's getting somewhere. Better? Don't know. Tyson, do you think he's getting better?
I need you to clarify when you say he's getting somewhere. Where is that
I
somewhere?
couldn't I couldn't define the somewhere. He's
Okay.
currently averaging in the 9 games that he's played 2 points. He's currently averaging in the 9 games he's played 1.8 assists. He's currently averaging in the 9 games that he's played 26.9% field goal percentage,
Mm-hmm.
20% from 3 point, but big
Mm-hmm.
time 100% from free throw. Now his
I
true through
see
shooting
that's
percentage seems to be in and around that 30%,
yeah.
which is slightly down from
Mm-hmm.
last season, which was a true shooting percentage of 36%. So
Okay.
if anything, he's gotten worse. he's gotten,
Right.
if anything, he's gotten worse
But
technically,
right.
technically. But it's only 9 games in.
But
It is only 9 games in.
his free throws are what's keeping them on the court, though. Right?
Phenomenal,
It's phenomenal.
phenomenal.
Yes, it's next level,
So
next level. It, hate this with an absolute passion because this is what I was talking about. From the moment he got into the league, everybody knew he was not an NBA caliber player. And my issue is they're forcing this Bronny experiment only because of LeBron. How? If this was anybody else, this dude would not see an NBA court right now. He will be in the G League on a
yes,
permanent basis right now.
yes.
But yet, he's stealing minutes from somebody who should be getting it right now. That's my problem.
That's that's tough.
That's my
That's
problem.
tough.
What impact is he making on the NBA court? Why does he consistently get minutes on the court where he's not making any type of impact?
Mm.
Versus somebody who's been working for the last 7 years to get a spot on the NBA court, who will actually make an impact. But you
You're
giving it to
not
Ron.
wrong.
But hey, you know, Lakers are winning because of
Let
Ron.
let's
So hey,
all right. You're not wrong. I'm gonna be playing devil's advocate in a second.
okay.
But before that, I have to give credit where unfortunate credit is due, in that in the absence of LeBron James, the Los Angeles Lakers, under the second year coach of JJ Redick, is fourth in the West, 10-4.
Yeah.
I will have to walk back currently. I think it's potentially a possibility I will have to walk back that JJ Redick doesn't know what he's doing. I may have to walk that back. I'm not there yet, but I am well aware that with a record like this, in a conference like that, to be playing this well, absent of your biggest star or second biggest star in that Luka and LeBron, you probably doing something right. So kudos to you for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm prepared if this happens to be like they get to the playoffs and they might even win a round. I'm prepared to say, look, I was wrong about JJ Redick. I thought it was just funny the fact that he wasn't able to do a lot, but now look at him. He's out here doing big things. Now I'm
Yeah.
gonna fix my camera in just a second,
I was
but
about
I'm
to say,
sure
I
you
was
can
just gonna
still
say,
hear
yeah.
me.
I can't. I can't.
But I'm gonna have to walk it back, Tyson, because he's doing really good, all things considered.
Yeah.
So now, with
Yo,
that
did
being
you
said,
see, by the way, did you see the shot that the Timberwolves head coach made at
mhm,
JJ?
if he had a podcast, then all of a sudden you'd be able to play for the coach, be the head coach for the Lakers. Yep.
I mean, that's the other part that irks me, dog. You know what I mean? Because it's you taking a shot, bro, at all the veteran coaches in the league, especially the ones, bro, who did not have jobs.
Right.
These are people with all this experience, but you just gonna. But that's another topic, man. That's what else.
So now let's talk about the devil's advocate because we are switching gears. But in the case of switching gears, Bronny James has been averaging about 6.7 minutes per game from last season, and he's up to 11.9 minutes a game this
Yeah,
season so far in the
yeah,
9 games.
yeah.
Last year he was averaging 2.3, as we mentioned earlier, and now he's down to 2 points a game.
Mhm,
Johnson, forward, small forward, I believe, for the Atlanta Hawks.
mhm,
His stats from his first year in the league 5 years ago, he had 5 minutes a game and he was averaging 2.4 points a game.
mhm.
Kind of similar to what Bronny's doing. You know what I mean? He ended up playing only 22 games that season. Bronny James has currently played 27 games in that first season, and where he averaged 2.3. So kind of roughly around the same. The next season, Jalen Johnson only played, well, not only, he had 14.9 minutes a game. Big jump from the 5 minutes that he was playing last season. Same
Mhm.
thing with Bronny. He's almost essentially doubled his time on the court. But
Yeah,
the difference now is he's actually gone up in points. He's now at 5.6 points. Now, in his fifth season in the league, he is playing roughly 32 minutes a game, and he's
Jalen
averaging
Johnson. Yeah,
21.5 points
yeah.
a game. He's doing 6.3 assists a game. He's, what's his rebounding? 9.5. This dude is almost averaging a double double in this league. 21, 9, and 6. That could be the trajectory that Bronny James has because we only have a small sample size for the 9 games he's played this season. If he is able to double his effective production and points scored by the end of this season, he might have a good trajectory to stay in the league. If he's unable to do that, get this dude out of here. Please get him out of here. Please get him. Stop playing with the league like people don't take this thing seriously. That's all I'm saying. That's my devil's advocate moment, Tyson. Any thoughts on that?
I'm with you all day. I agree. I agree. But it shows already though. Like you doubled his minutes and
Mhm.
his points went down. Nah, nah.
So far, his points have gone down. But maybe, just maybe, it'll get better in the near future. But again, now that we've talked about Jalen Johnson, who's currently on still a whack team, if I'm being honest, the Hawks are even considering trying to do a trade for Porzingis, who was a former Boston Celtics player. They're trying to see what they have a win now situation on their hands, but they're currently fifth in the East, 8-5, not a
So
bad record.
there's another playing devil advocate. There's another rumor out there too. Jalen Johnson has been doing it all, including the point guard role.
Yeah,
He's been doing exceptionally well.
yeah.
So Trey Young trades, could that be a thing?
I hope so. Trey Young needs to get out of Atlanta. He can win with other teams. I mean, he's
Yeah,
injured right now, but he can win. He's a winner. He needs to be in a situation where he's able to really have a strong supporting cast to
yeah.
really do some serious stuff. So
I
I
mean,
would like that to happen.
who needs a point guard? That's Rockets. Well, if he went to I'm just saying that actually
They
might be
ca-
dope.
they they cannot afford Trey Young in not even in the slightest bit, but that would be nice. But
That'd
they
be
can't
dope.
afford him. They
Nah.
can't afford him. So, man, that's a good point.
Mm.
because I can see how people are definitely trying to get what's a win now situation for Atlanta looks like. I don't think they could ever win now. They've never been that good to win anything.
Nah.
So win nows, please
You
stop.
can't trust Porzingis. So
You definitely cannot trust
you
Porzingis right now. Shout out to Porzingis. He won a chip with us, but man, that dude is unreliable. Like it is so
you do
frustratingly
averaging five
unreliable.
minutes a game doing that fine. That's crazy. I don't know, man. Gee,
So, so what is the Hawks? Does Zion want to go to Atlanta? He already got caught up. I don't know if he should go to Atlanta. I think that's the most dangerous place you could put Zion Williamson
yo,
next to New Orleans.
I
Don't put him in
personally,
Miami. Don't put him in Atlanta.
now anybody trying to win shouldn't take Zion because you can't rely on that. Now, if you just try to put some people in the seats, yeah, do it to a Wizards team, do it to a Pacers are in desperate need of somebody right now because they
Mhm.
like 1-11. So, but do it to a team that's struggling. So I don't know, man.
Well, I did float the idea of him going to the Knicks, which we're going to talk about for a moment. The Knicks, however, are doing actually well so
They're
far.
doing their
They're
thing, bro.
still second in the East, 8-4 record, right behind, which we're going to talk about later, Detroit Pistons, which is crazy. Um, I think that this might have been a good upgrade from Tom Thibodeau to Mike Brown. Am I tripping right now, Tyson?
Man, the wild part is, so we already know Tom Thibodeau, man, he was all about defense. But yo,
Hmm.
the offensive schemes that Mike Brown is instituting right now is actually off the chain. The efficiency is getting better. They're moving the ball a lot better now, bro. Because remember, it just used to be the Jalen Brunson show.
Yes.
He would just dribble until for the first 20 seconds, make a play. If it didn't roll out, he'll just kick it. And
Mm.
that was literally their offense. But now they're actually running offensive schemes, which shows a lot of the talent that is on their squad. Everybody's getting warm. Everybody's getting hot. And their defense is maintained at the same time. So yeah, man. Yeah, bro. And they're
Well,
shooting more threes.
is this sustainable?
Yeah, I think so for them. I mean, because moving the ball gets
Okay.
everybody involved. Nobody's cold, just waiting in the corner. I think it's sustainable because, yeah, man. Yeah, bro.
Okay. Well, kudos to them then. I see that they're trying to give Jalen a little bit more rest. I think more
Yeah, yeah, for
effective
sure.
rest, which I think is important. They're not on the level, of course, like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. This dude don't even play in the fourth quarter. That team is so good, man.
Nasty, man.
Golly, that team is too good. But
Jeez.
anyway, point is, they're I can see how they're trying to minimize, shave a minute off here, a minute off there to kind of give them more rest because I think that they've just been running these teams ragged. More specifically, the New York Knicks have been run ragged under Tom Thibodeau, and now they're trying to give a different perspective. I wish that I can see more of the games from the Knicks, YouTube TV, and their shenanigans again with Disney, where they're just making ESPN just came back like yesterday, like
Yeah.
some foolishness, and everyone hates NBA League Pass. It's so whack.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But shout out to the Knicks. I don't dislike the Knicks, believe it or not. I guess I'm supposed to because I'm a Boston Celtics fan, but I
Shoot.
don't dislike the
Oh, I
Knicks.
don't
They're
know how
they're
your
they're
other
fine.
Celtics fans gonna feel about that. Yeah.
That's fine. I dislike the Sixers more than I dislike the Knicks. And even then, the new Sixers are so little competition. I'm rooting for the Sixers now because, of course, there's a Bahamian
They're
brother
fun to
on
watch.
there
You
as
gotta
well.
admit, they're pretty fun to
They're
watch. Ed's Coleman,
fantastic.
Maxie. Come on,
Oh,
man.
it's lovely. It's lovely. It's lovely. Now, we talked about this last year. The NBA has implemented the NBA Cup. It's the Emirates 2025 NBA Cup. most confusing thing that you can ever see in your entire life. I don't know what be going on. I'm going to read the instructions to you, and then you just take from it whatever it's worth. In group play, 30 teams are split into six groups of five and playing four games against their group opponents to earn a spot in the single elimination knockout stage. Eight teams advance. The six group winners and two wildcard teams with the best group play records in each conference. Somewhere in there, there's a competition going on. And
Somewhere in there,
wherever
there's a math
wherever
equation.
it is, something's happening, something's a brewing. And I couldn't tell you who's doing great. I did see something where I think it was like the Timberwolves are doing pretty good. The Raptors are doing pretty good. The Bucks are doing good. And
Yeah,
the Lakers are doing good.
yeah.
Everyone else in Group C of the West are 1-1. Nobody has actually been shining most in those. So it's a thing. I don't care until it makes sense to me. I don't care. But
The, the only upside to this, man, is teams are playing with a lot more passion. They're playing
that's
with a
correct.
lot more vigor, so and
That's
a lot
correct.
more energy. So I respect the NBA Cup on that fact. So,
I agree. That's the only but I would give. The confusion of it all, I'm sure it'll make sense over time. It's
yeah,
not like it's rocket science, but at the same time, it's like you're not pulling me in because we're so accustomed to a traditional type of bracket situation. But beyond that, the way that they're playing, the style of the court has gotten better. I still kind of hate that lime green, but everything else, they're playing better. They're playing harder. They're playing for something. People seem to really be engaged in it. I love that that type of competition can exist this early into the season. You're not waiting until the playoffs to see people turn up. I like that, and I respect that.
but
I just haven't fully grasped the NBA Cup like I would like to. Last
mhm.
year, I loved it probably because I was watching it more. And again, ESPN and YouTube TV just making things far more difficult. But I would say that they're doing the work on the court. I've seen somebody float the idea that all the bench players need to be the ones that play in these types of games and just see who people can really, ball out.
Yeah,
But nah, I like when people make things competitive, and
I do
I'm
too.
enjoying that for sure.
I'm with it.
So,
I'm with
who
it
you
all day.
got? What's your prediction before we move forward? Who you think is gonna win it all?
All the NBA Cup or the championship?
NBA Cup, NBA Cup, only
NBA
NBA
Cup.
Cup.
Yeah, personally, I think the Thunder gonna pull it out. They only lost one game so far, man.
But they one of the few people that are losing a game. The NBA,
It's just one
the
game though. Yeah, it's just one
but
game.
they have only one game period for the
I
entire,
hate to
yeah.
say it. I hate to say it too, but the Lakers really ain't been losing. You know how much how much they go hard on the NBA Cup because they know they ain't gonna win nothing else. So,
They did
you know,
win the first one.
they did
They
win
they
the first
did.
one.
So they probably trying to do a repeat
They
and
do.
see what
That's
goes
the only
there
repeat they ever gonna have. You know?
in this lifetime. So the Lakers, well, the Thunder and the Lakers, right? That's who
Yeah,
you kind of shooting for.
yeah,
I
yeah.
will say is gonna be an underdog. I'm gonna take the Milwaukee Bucks
I
because
don't
they're
know, bro.
playing
They
low
just
key
got
kind of
blown out
well.
by the Lakers.
Nah, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. I'll take the Milwaukee Bucks, and secretly, I will take I will take the Orlando Magic.
Mm,
I don't know
okay,
why. I don't have any reasons, no rhyme nor reason, but this is just what I'm going to predict. Doesn't
I'm with
matter. We're just gonna see it when we see it. Now, the last part is we now gonna go wrapping up. We're gonna talk about the NBA standings and this around the league. The Pistons are number one in the East, while the Thunder
you.
remain strong with just one loss. 13-1 in the West, but right behind them, Tyson, is the Denver Nuggets, man. Golly, those Nuggets are actually still looking good, yo.
They got
Even
better.
after Russell Westbrook has left the team. Shout out to Russell
Is
Westbrook.
that
I'm gonna
why?
do.
Is that why?
He's
I'm
a
saying
why not type of guy, so I'm not going to say is
he,
that why.
he got a triple double with the Kings the other night. So
He
hey,
scored 25,000 points, 10,000 assists, the only other player to do it other than LeBron James. Now, Russell Westbrook, again, will always be one of the best points, rebounds, and assist people the earth has ever seen.
yes,
Does
yes,
it convert to winning? Let's ask ourselves that, guys. Like, put our thinking caps on.
yes.
Are we seeing this converted into actual winning? Because the
Did they
Kings
win
currently are
that
3
night?
and 10.
Did they win that
I
night?
think they won that
They
night.
didn't. They
One of
didn't.
the
When he
they
got the
didn't?
triple
Okay.
double. No,
So
they
the
didn't.
3 and 10 Kings are still doing 3 and 10 things.
Yeah. And
But
my thing
the
is, it was a triple double. Yes, it was a triple double. Yes. Nobody talks about the turnovers. It was six turnovers.
well, it's
Six
Russell
turnovers.
Westbrook.
Rest
Russell Westbrook isn't Russell Westbrook with at least 3 to 4 turnovers. Straight bakery. Now, the former 3 and 10 team is now 11 and 2, the Detroit Pistons, where Kay Cunningham is just
Yeah,
absolutely balling
that dude's
out,
a star.
man.
That dude become emerge as a star, bro.
Man, what is he doing? 27.5 points a game, 5 rebounds, and almost 10 assists a game.
But yo,
Lights out.
yeah, this dude had 45 points the other night. Kyle, he took 46 shots.
Mm,
That's wild.
that's some Westbrook type numbers. That's some Kobe type numbers, if you're being honest.
Straight up.
But
Like that's not even usually his MO either. He don't usually take that many shots, but this dude was wilding that night.
yeah.
I will say though, it is fun to watch him because yo, his hookups with him and Duran. That's by the way, that's one of the best live duos in the NBA. Him and
Okay.
Duran. Duran is emerging as like he's a beast down low too. That dude, mad dog strong man down
Mm,
that paint. But man, his point guard skills, man, this he's what I say. He's what Ben Simmons should could have been. Like real
mm.
talk, Ben Simmons develop any type of shot, he could have been that. But
I like
K
that.
Cunningham is just as tall. His IQ is off the chain, and the man can shoot. It's
Yeah.
gonna be nasty, bro, for the East for a little while, man.
Yes. I think
Uh-oh.
it's a fluke, like
What?
the Chicago Bulls were a fluke when they were what, 5 and 1
Oh,
in their
we
first,
you just
you
had to
know.
throw him on the bus, Rook. I see what you did. Go ahead. No, go ahead, man.
I'm not trying to throw the Bulls under the bus. I'm just saying I can see patterns emerging
What patterns do you
where
see with Detroit?
sustainability. I feel
How?
like Cade Cunningham might be one of those type of guys that gets injured a lot. Um, I could be wrong, but he gives me a I'm gonna be injured type of feel to it. Let me see what is his games played. Give me a
No,
minute.
he hasn't though.
Let me a
Like this
minute.
dude, he actually looks like one of those who's passionate about the game.
Passionate
All these
about the
cats
game is
who
one thing.
all these cats who like consistently stay, and you don't see that passion or heart for the squad, for the game. But they do actually putting in work, guy, and he ain't been
Last
injured yet.
year, okay, he plays okay. 21-22 season, he played 64 games. 22-23 season, he played 12. 23-24 season, he played 62 games.
Mhm.
But 24-25, he played 70. 70 is good.
Same. I mean, it's
70 is
great.
very strong.
He ain't missed
62
nothing this week.
is
Well, he did miss this last game. I don't know why he ain't played this last game.
That's okay. We'll chalk it up to rest. I just don't know if he's going to get injured. I don't wish injury on anyone, but sometimes injury is just going to be unfortunately, I'm not even going to say the word, but the heel of some of these people when they are doing well and then one bad turn and they're out. And so just
Yeah.
don't know if the sustainability, because everything is hinged around his play.
Yeah.
If he goes down, it's kind of like a Jason Tatum situation where it's like, well, now we just gonna be scrapping for our lives for the rest of this season type thing. So hopefully it's not that case. Hopefully the rest of his squad can rally around and continue to keep things good for him. Like you said, Durham is good. Ivy is decent. I like the pickup of Duncan Robinson. You
Hmm.
just need a lights out type of shooter there, and he's hooping pretty well there as well. So there are a lot
Yeah.
of good things that can come out of this, and I'm rooting for it. But predictive predictions, I'm still going to say the Knicks, the Bucks, the Sixers, the Cavs, and I don't know who else would be there. I guess I'll say Detroit might fall to five. I'll say Detroit might
Nah,
fall to five.
in the East. Why you hate?
Yeah,
Why? Is it
I don't know
because
why.
they're
I
they
don't hate
rivals? They're
them.
not even rivals to the set. Why you hating on the squad?
I don't hate Detroit.
Bruh,
I just don't see them holding this type of position for a long period of time. I don't
who's
hate
stopping
them.
them? Who's stopping them in the
I
East?
don't know.
That's
The
what I'm
Bucks
saying.
can stop them for sure. The Knicks can stop them for sure. The Cavs can
That's what I'm
stop them
saying.
for sure.
But you still top five.
Yeah, I said they're gonna land at five.
I don't know. They could take. I think they could take.
They can take the Sixers.
They could take the Sixers and they could take the Bucks.
Absolutely not. They can't take no Bucks, man.
Take the Bucks.
Not no 7 game series. No, I don't see it yet. You're gonna have to prove me wrong, man. But
But my
either
thing
way,
is on the Bucks. Who's your second scorer?
I was gonna be facetious and say Kyle Kuzma, but
The one who just a
I don't know,
whole
man.
donut.
Maybe Bobby and them, Bobby
Nah,
Portis and them.
Bobby ain't even started no more. And this was
That's
what
fine.
played Bucks team last year. He still couldn't even start.
I don't even know who's doing well. Miles
That's what I'm
Turner
saying.
is
Nobody
he's
picked
doing
up
like 12
consistently.
points a game or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I
I don't
do
know.
like the pickup of Cole Anthony though. That's a
I
nice
mean,
pickup for the
that
Bucks.
was a good pickup. I mean, they still got old boy from the Pacers too.
I know
Uh,
Miles Turner's there,
Miles
but
Turner,
who
yeah,
else?
from the Pacers. He only scored like 3 points last night, which is that's rough.
He's
But
struggling.
yeah,
It's fine. The point is they're doing great out east. It looks like it's tighter competition because
yeah,
everyone is just trying to find themselves, and in the flow of things, things are going to be just a little bit more
yeah,
chippy, and I like that. I like that, and I like how the West is shaping up. I can't sleep on these Nuggets, man. Like they're quiet, quote unquote quiet, but they're really a formidable foe. The Rockets are doing well. Um, I love the Spurs. You know, I'm starting to really become a Spurs fan again since Tim Duncan days.
yeah.
Um, Warriors kind of fallen off, bro. So
What you
what's
mean
up
they
with
just beat
that?
the Spurs? They just beat the Spurs.
Yeah, that was a razor thin win though.
Well, the dub is the dub. We'll take it.
Okay.
By
As
the
long
way,
as you
man,
think that
your
they're
boy
doing okay.
De'Aaron Fox came back, man. This dude, I don't know why he thinks he's a superstar. This dude took the
Because
last two
he
shots.
is.
He took the
That's
last two
fine.
shots
It was a good shot.
as you got a Wimby rolling to the basket on
Uh-uh.
Curry.
That man got
Curry.
boxed all the way out with Draymond.
You said what?
After Draymond boxed him all the way out on that final shot.
No, no, not that. No, no. Draymond had come up, man. He was with Curry right there. Curry was behind him.
Okay.
He
No?
could have he could
You
have
talking about
thrown that one.
is this the final shot?
Yeah. Was it? Yeah.
Okay.
The when
Well, he
De'Aaron
got
took
boxed
that
out.
midi.
Okay. Well,
He boxed
that
him
box
out
out was
later on, but
crazy.
like on the initial roll, he could have thrown that up. But my thing is, you got your superstar. Why did he not take a shot at all the last two possessions? That's wild to me. That's wild to me. But
He'll
hey,
get there.
they'll get there.
But this is okay. That's In conclusion, this is how the clutch buckets kind of go through things. We
Yeah,
really are
yeah, yeah.
thinking about these things on the fly. We're trying to
We
make
are,
sense of things
we
as we're
are.
going along because that's how much we love the game. We do a lot of prep in the beginning, and we also try to really say, let's have a discussion about things that some
Yeah,
people may not necessarily be talking about. And that's why we love you as viewers. We love that you guys are tuning in, watching us as we continue to talk about our favorite sport of all time. So thank you for joining us today on the
appreciate
Clutch
y'all.
Buckets podcast. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. My name is Kyle Spence,
And I'm Josh Tyson.
and we out.
We
Peace.
have. Peace.